Yo, what is going on, guys? Welcome back to another video. So today I'm going to be taking a look at what will happen to Colossus. Now if you do go on to enjoy this video, definitely like and subscribe. It does let me know this type of content is what you guys like. Obviously stuff like this has done quite well on my channel in the past with my future Thorpe Park video. So definitely just let me know in any way, shape or form that you like in the content. So without further ado, let's get into it. Okay, so for those of you that don't know what Colossus is, it is a ride at Thorpe Park Resort and had the most loops in a roller coaster, which was 10. But obviously that record's been smashed now by Smiler. So just a quick little backstory, this ride opened early 2000s and basically shocked the world. It was a brilliant concept, obviously its signature move right at the end. It was well received as well. But what we're looking at today is, has it aged well? Is it worth it keeping in the park? How well does it run and stuff like that, and then right at the end I'm going to give my verdict on what I think could happen. So definitely leave your thoughts in the comments below. I'd love to see what you guys think, and also leave some video suggestions as well, because that would really help me out. So right, let's get straight into the first thing. So the first thing I'm going to talk about is how well the coaster actually does now. Are people going on this ride on a regular basis? Is it holding up? So generally, every time I go to Thorpe Park, Colossus is on the bottom of my list. Now this may not be for some other people. People may go straight to this ride. This is my personal list. This is right at the bottom. So I don't usually go on Colossus every time I go to Thorpe Park. Usually the ones I go on most are Swarm, Nemesis, Stealth, all that sort of stuff. But Colossus I never really ride that much. And this isn't because it is a bad ride. It's just the fact that it's a very rough ride. Now this is up here with Saw, with a really rough and sort of lean towards unenjoyable experience. Now I do know they have changed the track wheels on the trains this year, which really does help it from jolting around and stuff. And I do really recommend a front row ride on Colossus because it is totally worth it. But yeah, it's still very shaky, and it feels like it's gonna hurt you if you know what I mean. It feels like it's old, and it really is old. It's coming up to nearly 20 years old now, and it is a very old coaster. So I wouldn't be surprised if this coaster keeps getting worse and worse. But it depends what Thorpe are willing to do about it. Now, obviously, maybe something like a complete refurb, maybe like replace all the track, replacing the wheels. If they really do want to keep this historical piece of element, they won't do that. They'll leave it as it is and just leave the track as it is, maybe give it a repaint. Obviously, we did see that they'd filled in the holes that were near it and repainted the support, so that does indicate that it won't be going anytime soon, since they've just done some stuff up. They wouldn't just paint something and then take it down a year later. Generally, this means it'll probably run for another couple of years. But regarding what could come in this spot, mainly maybe another coaster. It is quite a big area when you think about it, if you take Colossus out of the equation. Obviously, Loggers Leap's just closed, so I can't see this following it up. I can see if they're going to make a new attraction, it'll go in where Loggers Leap is. I don't think they're going to take this ride down anytime soon. I'm going to put that out there right now. I don't think this is going to go within the next couple of years. This will be in 10, 20 years time, I reckon, when the ride really gets outdated. So next thing I'm going to talk about is, are people riding this ride? Now generally on a normal day at Thorpe Park, you'll get at least 120 minutes queue times on this. It is still up there with the queue times. So obviously Thorpe Park aren't going to take a ride down that's doing really well, because they want to like make their audience enjoy their coasters. They don't want to just take away something that's giving enjoyment. And obviously it was one of the most historical pieces of Thorpe Park, obviously being one of the first big coasters at this theme park that has a lot of coasters now. It's pretty big. They're not just going to take it out. But that does lead me to think that they're going to do a Loggers Leap move, close it for a couple of years, and then announce it's going to be closed. It just feels to me like this is going to stay for another couple of years. I don't think they're going to take it out anytime soon. Like I said about the refurb, and the fact, like I've just said now, it does pretty well. It's got decent queue times. It's never like overly populated, but it is generally up there with the queue boards. It's generally up there with stuff like Nemesis, Stealth, Swarm, stuff like that. And obviously all the big coasters are, because that's what people go there to ride. They go there to ride roller coasters. But yeah, so on that front, I think it's completely fine. There is no real drop in people riding this attraction. It is generally just on a steady sort of 60-minute queue to a lot of people. If people pass the rides, they'll probably go on it. It's one of those rides that doesn't go, ew, I hate that. They'll actually probably ride it. It's not like a Saw situation where it appeals to some people. Obviously, Saw's quite an acquired taste. Obviously, it's a horror ride, and also it is extremely rough. So just for a warning out there, if you're going to go on Saw, definitely keep your head back and hold on for dear life. But yeah, it isn't a Saw situation. If people see it and like the look of it, they're probably going to want to go on it. There's no like real you know, type that you need to be to ride this ride. So it's just one of them general coasters that if you see, you'll probably ride it, which does lead me to believe that this will do fine, you know, attraction wise, and people visiting it, because especially that whole area there, like I said, it's got a saw there, it's got sunrise, quite a populated area during the day, so this is a good time for the coaster to be at its peak. Okay, so the last thing I'm going to talk about is what they could actually do with this ride. Now, my verdict to this, I've said it throughout the video, I don't think this is going to close. Now, what they could do with it is multiple things. If they want to keep this historical piece of machinery, I don't really know how to word that, if they want to keep this historic attraction, they'll either do something like refurb it, you know, do some actual work on it. Obviously, they've done little bits and bobs there and there, but to be quite honest, I feel like it could do with a massive refurb. Like, keep the track, keep the theme, just completely refurb it, and it would run smooth. It would be a great attraction, and just open that in the next couple of years, and it will draw guests in, because, you know, classic Merlin, they'll like market it, that's like it's the best thing in the world. But honestly, I can see that definitely happening. That's if they want to keep this coaster. If they're sort of on the sidelines about it and they're just adding little bits and bobs to sort of like make it an enjoyable experience, and not really wanting to completely redo the ride so it runs smoothly, because they're a bit on the bench on whether they want to get rid of it or not. But like I said, the verdict, I don't think it's going to go. Honestly, it's going to stay here for the next 10 years, I reckon. And then once it's outdated, once they need new space for a coaster, that will be the place to fill it in. Now, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Definitely, like I said, leave a like and subscribe if you did enjoy it, or leave a comment, just let me know somehow. Yeah, see you later, guys.